In the heart of Africa, a quiet revolution has just shaken the global automotive industry. For decades, Africa has been seen as a consumer of global technologies, importing cars, fuel, and innovations from the rest of the world. But today, that narrative has changed forever. Africa has just unveiled its first free energy car showroom, and the world is watching in disbelief. Imagine walking into a dealership where the cars on display don't need gasoline, diesel, or even conventional charging stations. Instead, they harness free and renewable energy, directly tapping into a technology that promises limitless driving power without the costs that drivers around the world have been burdened with for generations. This isn't just a dealership, it's a bold declaration that Africa is ready to lead the next era of transportation. For years, electric vehicles were seen as the future. Companies like Tesla, BYD, and traditional automakers fought fiercely to dominate the EV race. But in Africa, engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs have been quietly working on something even more disruptive: free energy cars. So what exactly does free energy mean in this context? These vehicles don't rely solely on battery packs that need hours of charging. They are designed to integrate cutting-edge magnetic propulsion systems, solar nanotechnology, and wireless energy harvesting modules. In simple terms, they generate their own power while you drive. No fuel, no charging station, no endless dependence on fossil fuels or expensive electricity grids. And now, for the first time, a showroom dedicated entirely to these cars has been opened to the public. The atmosphere inside is unlike any dealership you've ever seen. Instead of salespeople pitching mileage or monthly fuel savings, the conversation is about energy freedom, sustainability, and unlimited mobility. Customers step inside and are greeted with vehicles that look futuristic, sleek, and bold, but the real magic lies under the hood. One car on display can reportedly travel for thousands of kilometers without a single recharge. Another integrates transparent solar film on its body, meaning even when parked under the sun, it continues to replenish itself endlessly. These are not concepts trapped in laboratories. They are real, functional, drivable vehicles, available now, and showcased proudly in Africa. But why Africa? Because the continent has always been rich in natural resources, sunlight, and creativity. For decades, the West dictated the pace of innovation, but Africa was often left behind. Today, the script is flipped. By unveiling this free energy car showroom, Africa has sent a clear message. The future of clean mobility might not come from Detroit, Tokyo, or Berlin. It may come from Lagos, Nairobi, or Johannesburg. The global auto industry is stunned. If free energy cars scale, the entire market will be disrupted overnight. Oil companies, power grids, and even EV charging networks could face obsolescence. And while skeptics are already raising questions about feasibility, one fact remains undeniable: the world has just witnessed a historic moment. This isn't just about cars. It's about freedom. Freedom from fuel bills. Freedom from unreliable infrastructure. Freedom from pollution and dependency. Africa's new showroom represents a vision of mobility without limits. Of course, challenges remain. Scaling production, ensuring affordability, and protecting intellectual property will be crucial. Already, whispers of international companies attempting to strike deals or even suppress this breakthrough are circulating. But for now, Africa holds the spotlight. The unveiling has sparked excitement not just locally but globally. News outlets are covering it. Social media is flooded with images of these futuristic vehicles driving without ever stopping for fuel. And consumers worldwide are asking one question: when will free energy cars be available in our cities? History will likely remember this day as the moment Africa rewrote the rules of transportation. For decades, we looked to Europe, America, and Asia for innovation. Today, the world looks to Africa. And as the doors of that free energy car showroom swing open, they don't just reveal vehicles, they reveal the possibility of a world where energy is free, where transportation is limitless, and where Africa stands at the very forefront of a global revolution. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. The launch of Africa's first free energy car showroom is more than just a headline. It is a story that challenges decades of dependence, a story that threatens the very foundation of industries that once seemed untouchable. And behind this moment lies years of vision, perseverance, and unshakable belief. Inside the showroom, visitors aren't simply browsing cars, they are stepping into what feels like the future of mobility. Glass walls stretch across the entire space, allowing natural sunlight to pour in not just for aesthetics but to power the very cars on display. Each vehicle gleams under the light, almost as if the sun itself is part of the presentation. Walking closer to the models, one can notice how different these cars are from traditional EVs. The dashboard doesn't show battery percentage. Instead, it displays energy balance levels, a measure of how much renewable energy is being harvested and distributed in real time. Imagine driving while your car literally produces its own energy endlessly, an idea that once belonged to science fiction, now sitting in front of the world. Engineers at the launch explain that these vehicles use advanced zero-point energy principles combined with cutting-edge nanotechnology. Every moving part, from the tires to the panels, contributes to energy regeneration. Unlike EVs, there's no dependence on rare earth heavy batteries that are expensive, environmentally damaging, and difficult to recycle. Instead, these cars symbolize sustainable innovation, designed to liberate rather than bind. What's more astonishing is the cost factor. Traditional EVs remain out of reach for millions of people due to their high prices and expensive maintenance. But the designers of Africa's free energy cars insist their mission is different. They want to make cars accessible not just for the elite, but for everyday people, families, workers, and communities who dream of affordable, clean, and unlimited transportation. This ambition resonates deeply with Africa's needs. Across the continent, millions of people face unreliable fuel supplies, high costs of living, and power shortages. A free energy car is not just a luxury here, it's a lifeline. Imagine rural communities where roads stretch for miles without a single gas station. With these vehicles, those limitations vanish overnight. But the ripple effect of this showroom is not limited to Africa. In Europe, governments have invested billions into EV charging infrastructure. In Asia, automakers have spent decades perfecting battery technologies. In America, the rise of Tesla has shaped the entire EV conversation. Now, with this single move, Africa has introduced a paradigm shift that forces the entire world to rethink its strategies. Think about it. What happens to oil exporting nations if free energy cars become mainstream? What happens to electric utility companies if cars generate their own power? What happens to the global auto giants if Africa, long underestimated in technology, suddenly becomes the pioneer of limitless energy mobility? The tension is already visible. Reports suggest that oil corporations are monitoring this development closely, while some automotive giants are considering partnerships to secure access to this technology. But for now, the advantage belongs to Africa, and the world has no choice but to watch. And while the showroom stands as a beacon of progress, the real excitement is outside its glass walls in the streets. Test drives are underway. Curious onlookers gather around as these free energy cars glide silently down city roads, accelerating smoothly, without the hum of a fuel engine or the dependency of a charging cable. Passengers describe the ride as unlike anything they've ever experienced: effortless, powerful, and almost surreal. The symbolism of this moment cannot be overstated. For centuries, Africa was viewed through the lens of resource extraction: its oil, its minerals, its raw materials taken to power other nations. But now, Africa is not just supplying resources. It is supplying innovation, leadership, and a vision of the future. And this is only the beginning. The free energy car showroom is a first step, but the vision extends much further. Plans are already being discussed to expand production facilities, open additional dealerships across multiple African nations, and even export the technology abroad. There's talk of creating entire smart cities built around free energy transportation, where cars, buses, and public systems all run without dependence on fossil fuels or power grids. The revolution is spreading and it's unstoppable. This moment is bigger than cars. It's bigger than transportation. What Africa has unveiled with its first free energy car showroom is nothing less than a declaration of independence: independence from oil, independence from rising energy costs, and independence from the limitations that have defined mobility for over a century. The world is now faced with a choice: adapt or be left behind. For some nations, this innovation is a threat. For others, it is an opportunity. But for Africa, it is a statement that the continent is not just part of the global conversation, it is leading it. When historians look back, they may remember this as the turning point, the day the balance of innovation shifted. The day Africa stopped following and started leading. The day the dream of unlimited, clean, and free energy transportation stopped being science fiction and became reality. This is not just the story of a showroom. It is the story of a revolution. A revolution born in Africa, but destined to change the world. And as the doors close on that showroom tonight, one thing is certain: the future of transportation has just begun.